Coming up on Night Watch, we'll reveal one of Waverly residents' secret to creating one of the best Christmas light shows in the area. And we'll learn what the Kiwanis Christmas tree lot is all about. And later, find out how Wartburg is spreading the holiday cheer to kids in Bremer County. Stay tuned because Night Watch starts now.
Live from the Grant Price Studio in the McElroy Communication Arts Center with news that you need to know, this is Night Watch.
The upcoming Iowa caucuses have many presidential candidates spending time in Iowa this holiday season. One of those candidates, Michelle Bachmann, made a stop in Waverly yesterday to a crowd of supportive fans. But it was two Waverly Shell Rock students who had the media talking and the social networks on fire last night. After a Q&A session about same-sex marriage and gay rights, the candidate and the two students met face-to-face. It was all captured on video by Waverly newspaper editor Anelia Dimitrova, who joins us in the studio this evening, along with Jane Schmidt, president of Waverly Shell Rock Gay Straight Alliance, and also junior Ella Newell. And before we begin our conversation, let's go ahead and take a look at that debate.
What would you do to help protect GSAs in high school and support the LGBT community?
Well, number one, all of us as Americans have the same rights. We have the same civil rights. And so that's really what government's role is to protect our civil rights. There shouldn't be any special rights or special set of criteria based upon people's preferences.
But wouldn't heterosexual couples, they're given a privilege then that gay couples aren't, like given that privilege to get married, but heterosexual couples are given a privilege to get married?
Well, and remember, every American citizen has the right to avail themselves of marriage, but they have to follow what the laws are. And the laws are you marry a person of the opposite sex.
Anelia Dimitrova is the editor at Waverly Newspapers, and she shot the video of Ella and Jane debating same-sex marriage with the presidential candidate Michelle Bachmann. So I hear that this video is going viral on YouTube and on the internet. Can you explain why?
That's right. It's going viral on YouTube, but also it's the top story on CNN's iReport. A lot of other blogs have included it in their presentations for the day. Why? I think it hit a nerve. I think rarely do you see such candid interaction between candidates and teens, and I think together, the topic itself and the way they interacted, I think it hit a nerve with a lot of people. You can, yeah, it's rare. It's rare to see such candor.
Did you think that this was going to go viral when you were filming it?
I knew right away it was going to be a very special moment. The minute that she walked up to the young people in the back of the room, and the minute I heard the first question, I knew it was going to be a media magnet and really a storm, internet storm.
All right. Well, we are also joined by Jane and Ella, who are the stars of the video. So guys, can you tell us a little bit about what it was like to be talking to a presidential candidate that close and on an issue this heated?
Well, it was kind of one of those things that I felt like it was just the right thing for me to ask about an issue like that, because I feel like a lot of people...
What you saw earlier was just a small part of the final product at the Weichman Winter Wonderland. It's a 20-year tradition for the Weichman family, and now John Weichman is here to join us. So John, you're putting Christmas lights everywhere in your house for the past 20 years. What's that electricity bill like?
Well, actually, it isn't as bad as you would think it was. When we lived up in the cities, it was really bad. But down here, it's not bad.
How many hours does it take to put this together?
You know, roughly it's about 400 hours, and that's just the setup of it. What takes the most time is the computer programming, which is on the average about anywhere from 8 to 10 hours per song. So that's what I usually do during lunch, when it's slow. So.
How many lights do you have on your house?
You know, we stopped counting. You know, we hit 70,000 a couple of years back, and you know, we add, we take off, but anybody's more than welcome to count them if they want.
How did it start?
Well, actually, we started a long time ago when the kids were little. Ashley, our oldest daughter, and Nick, our oldest son, and then Zach. I'm going to say 23, 24 years ago, we started with 2 soldiers and like 5 strands of lights, and ever since then we've always been going from there on out.
So just kind of one-upping the year before every year?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, once you get as big as we are, and have been. You know, you always try to make the show, and we call it a show because it is, more exciting and different every single year.
So you also have a donation box for Toys for Tots.
We have the Toys for Tots donation box on Friday and Saturday nights, and then also what we have every night is the St. Jude's donation box, where 100% of the proceeds goes directly to St. Jude's.
What made you guys want to put those donations in?
Well, you know, I mean, we always celebrate the season, and you know, and I've always seen, you know, different people that ask for donations and stuff like that. And
Welcome back to KnightWatch. Every year, the Waverly Kiwanis Club sells trees, wreaths, and swags. But there's more to their tree lot than just making money. I am now joined by Kiwanis leaders Dave Walson and John Baker. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
You bet.
So, what is the history of the tree lot?
Well, we've been in business, I guess is what you'd call it, for the last 30 years. We've been selling Christmas trees and wreaths, swags, roping. We used to
$45. We have white pines that are $35, and then we do have a few Fraser firs that are over 7 foot, and those sell for $50.
Do you guys have a favorite?
I think personally the customers are liking the Fraser firs. That's become more of our popular type of tree the last few years. They're more expensive, but they seem to be the ones that most of our customers prefer.
So they're going for the take over the living room look. That's what I like.
Yeah, I get
The annual holiday shop is right around the corner, but what is it really all about? Joining me now in the studio are Nicole Felt and Kibnesh Hirano. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.
Could you guys tell us a little bit about Holiday Shop?
Holiday Shop is an opportunity for the social work department to raise money and provide gifts to kids of low-income families in Bremer County.
How many kids do you guys serve?
Well, it depends. Like every year we send out invitations to children, like families in Bremer counties, and it depends how many families are needing the service and coming to the shop. So it varies from year to year.
On a typical year, it's about 550 kids.
So what made you guys want to get involved with this?
A lot of it is the fact that it's the social work department that puts it on, and then also I have a very strong emphasis in children, youth, and family services, and just having the opportunity to give kids gifts during the Christmas season is a nice opportunity for me.
Do you guys ever get to see the reactions of the kids when they get these presents at all, or the families?
Well, typically, like when we open the shop, it's like at 8 o'clock, and families camp there like 6 o'clock. You know, they sleep over there, and when we open, it's like Black Friday. It's really, really overwhelming to have so many families come in. But we don't really get to see like children because we have daycare center for children, so they don't see their presents. Families are the ones that come in and pick out the gifts for the children, and it's really like I don't know. I don't know. I can't even describe how to see families really happy making their children's life and Christmas better for them. So, Nicole, you want to add to that?
We do get to see a lot of the parents' reactions, and we get a lot of thank yous and much appreciation from the families.
There's a need, of course, in the holiday season for lots of presents. Do you think that Holiday Shop is getting enough support for this?